Hello everyone, this is Jay from BroGaming TCG, and today we are back with the Road to Worlds challenge. Well, not really a challenge, but just another gameplay here. Now, obviously I've been doing a lot of watching the live stream from Worlds. Worlds is actually over. Gardevoir GX won Worlds, which I told you guys, if you guys haven't watched my Pocket Picks for Worlds videos, I told you Gardevoir GX was going to be a big contender in Worlds, and you needed to counter that somehow. And my pick for countering Gardevoir GX was Scissor EX. Now there was Scissor EXs at Worlds, and there was even Metagross GXs that played well up against a Gardevoir GX deck, but it was just too powerful to kind of play up against anything. And that's how it goes sometimes. It was a very good player who played it. He did really well, and congratulations to him for winning Worlds. Now, next year, he better be watching out for me because obviously I'm going to be there, and you guys know that I am the best. No, I'm just kidding. But this is the deck that I'm playing right now. I'm playing an Alolan Vulpix Golduck deck right now because I feel like it counters quite a few decks, and I actually picked this game, which was my first game of today, on purpose. Now, I picked this game because there were a lot of EXs and GX cards in this really weird and odd deck that I played up against, but it kind of makes my point of how powerful this deck can be if not when used correctly. And I feel like I used the Alolan Ninetales to its fullest ability and allowed myself to switch in and out of my Golducks, and you can see how powerful Golduck Break is with its hyper transfer ability and allowing to transfer energy from wherever you are. Now, this is when I get out Alolan Ninetales. I get it out very quick, very start of the game here. I actually have a really good start to my game, getting out a Starmie, a Golduck, and an Alolan Ninetales all on the field within the second turn, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and end, and that's going to give me a fresh hand. Now, I do get 2 energy, which is really nice, which I could have used Double Jet if I would have had an energy already on my Golduck. Unfortunately, I don't, but that doesn't matter because I'm still going to be able to pick up a prize card here turn 2, which I thought was pretty good. I actually once again get a decent hand with a Dive Ball and a Level Ball in my hand. I'm going to hold on to those for a turn just because I don't know what he's going to do with this Tauros. And I don't know what he's going to play. I don't know what's in his hand. I can't really make any good predictions about his hand, and I could never make any good predictions about his hand because this deck that he is playing is incredibly unpredictable. Now he's going to get my Brooklet Hill off the field and go with a Forest of Giant Plants. He's got 2 routes out on the field, so I'm figuring that he is playing some type of Decidueye deck, but not really because it's got water, it's got Alolan Vulpix in it, which Alolan Vulpix actually isn't bad to have in a deck centered around Decidueye, but it's also got Tauros and Lugia in it, which kind of is a little odd. Now he's going to use Horn Attack, and he's going to get 60 damage out on my Golduck. Now luckily my Golduck has 90 HP. If it was any other Pokemon, it might have went down, which would not have been good because I really didn't have anything that I could do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Aqua Patch onto my Alolan Ninetales, and I'm just going to actually retreat my Golduck. It doesn't have really any use in the active position, and I can actually get my Alolan Ninetales out there, not take any damage next turn, and not give him a prize card next turn, which is really nice. I actually get another Golduck in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and evolve my second Psyduck that's on my bench. So now I have 3 Golducks on my bench, 1 with damage on it, a Starmie, and an Alolan Ninetales out there. I have my second Alolan Ninetales in my hand, which is kind of, I could use it, but I wish I kind of would have had Brooklet Hill because I would have played Brooklet Hill to get my Alolan Vulpix out, and then I would have gotten my Alolan Ninetales out for my 5th bench Pokemon. But, things happen. I wasn't able to do that. He got Forest of Giant Plants down. Now, he does have a Decidueye down on the field now, and he actually got Espeon EX out, which Espeon EX here is going to be a little confusing, and I think it confused him on what was happening because he goes ahead and he uses Malicious Shrine, which de-evolves all of my Pokemon to the earliest stage and puts it back into my hand. So it basically just stalls me for a turn. Now he does take out my Golduck here with that move with the Decidueye pairing, but I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put him back up. Now I do have 2 Sycamores in my hand and a Aqua Patch, so I'm kind of feeling alright. What should I do here? I go ahead attach to Alolan Ninetales, Aqua Patch, that energy that I just lost onto a Golduck, and I'm going to go ahead and Aurora Beam. I don't feel like I need to Sycamore this turn, which is always a good feeling, but at the same time, I just don't really want to lose my Golduck and my Ninetales. Could be bad repercussions in the long run because I feel like this is going to be a longer game. He's got a lot of stall power on his bench, you know. He's got Lugia EX, he's got Decidueye, which has a lot of HP, he's got Tauros, which has plenty of stall power. So I really feel like it's not going to be good. So he's going to use his Decidueye on my Alolan Ninetales. That's going to be the only way he's going to be able to get damage out onto my Alolan Ninetales. And the reason Malicious Shrine doesn't work on Alolan Ninetales is because it is in fact an attack. It's an effect from an attack. So that is why my Alolan Ninetales never de-evolve, which is really good because if they did, it would have been bad because that Decidueye would have been a big problem for me. Now, I go ahead and I just hit his Tauros for 80 damage. I really can't do anything else. Switching into one of my Golducks would just be suicide for him at this point. So he's going to go ahead and Sycamore. He's going to Sycamore away a Rescue Stretcher, which is pretty good. That means he's got one less utility to bring his Pokemon back into his deck. He's using a lot of resources really quickly, but so am I at the same time. Alright, so he's going to put a Fighting Fury Belt on the Espeon, which is kind of saddening because I would have been able to get a knockout with my Golduck. So, alright, so I draw into another Sycamore, and this is kind of getting very repetitive at this point with the Golducks, and we are going to go ahead, evolve our Pokemon back up. And he's got 130 HP, which would have been nice if I would have been able to draw a Kukui, but I actually don't have my Kukui in my hand. So I'm thinking, alright, well, Aurora Beam is probably my best option here. Let's go ahead, Aurora Beam, just figure out. Actually, I go ahead and Sycamore, but Aurora Beam is going to be my best answer for this. I don't really have anything else. I draw into a Brigette for my supporter, but I get a Verse Seeker in my hand still. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to Level Ball for a probably a Psyduck right here. Actually, no, Staryu. I actually pick up the Staryu here. I actually put a Alolan Vulpix down and the Staryu just to distract him from my Alolan Ninetales. I was hoping that putting low HP Pokemon would attract his Decidueye's attention to those for some easy pickups for his prize cards and not hitting my Alolan Ninetales. And it actually does work. He actually does fall for the ruse, which very, very thankful because if he would have continually played my hit my Alolan Ninetales, he should have realized that I was only playing 2 in my deck since my deck is very low and my other one is in my discard pile. So he should have realized that and figured out that just sticking to my Alolan Ninetales and getting it off the field would be a win for him because if he would have done that, I wouldn't have been able to keep up with his high damage output that he had on the field already. I mean, he's got Tauros with 80 damage on it. He's got a Lugia with 4 energy with my Golduck. It's going to be 5, so that's going to be 100, and that's going to knock it out unless it's a Golduck break. Now he is going to Lysandre, and he is going to go ahead and retreat back and use Rage to knock out my Golduck. Unfortunately, it was 1 HP. 10 HP that I well 20 HP to stay alive. It needed 110 HP to stay alive, but that's all right. I got another Golduck and I have a Golduck break in my hand, so I'm gonna go ahead Golduck break. Now I could have moved energy to my Golduck break to get 120 damage off, but what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to play that energy that I just got out of my discard pile, use Dive Ball, grab another Psyduck, play the Psyduck, and then use Professor's Letter to grab 2 energy out of my deck, thinning my deck a little bit more so I'm not drawing into energy to use the Double Jet. So that is actually probably my best option because of the fact that I wouldn't have had 2 energy in my thing otherwise. Now I do draw my other Golduck break here, which is very nice. Having 2 Golduck breaks is always nice because my Golducks, you know, they have a little bit more oomph. Alright, so he's going to Sycamore away some pretty valuable resources in his discard pile. He goes away with a Verse Seeker, stuff like that. He's going to Ultra Ball, and he's going to Ultra Ball another Lugia and a Just a pointless card at this point. Now, he did discard one of his Decidueyes, and he's actually going to rescue Stretcher it out right here, which was a pretty good play that he had, was able to pull off there to get another Decidueye down onto the field. So now he's got 40 damage out to the field, and he's going to use Feather Arrow on my Alolan Vulpix. Very, very good. If he would have done that onto my Alolan Ninetales, once again, it would not have been good for me. I'd rather him take the prize card on the Alolan Vulpix than the Alolan Ninetales. Now he's going to get 150 damage off and be able to KO that, but I'm just going to throw out my Alolan Ninetales, and now he's not going to be able to do any damage at all since he has no basic Pokemon, but he will be able to use his Decidueyes here. Now, he does commit a pretty big misplay to allow me to secure my win. I'm actually going to go ahead, Aurora Beam here to knock out the Espeon and get its annoyingness off of the field here, and I'm going to pick up my 2 prize cards. Now, I have one final prize card here. One final prize card. He has Pokemon on the bench that have plenty of HP. He's got an Alolan Ninetales, 2 Decidueyes, and a Lugia. The Lugia is my best bet. It's only got 170 HP. I can hit it with 1 Aurora Beam and 1 Double Jet to take the win. He's going to go ahead and Seeker. He's going to get Lysandre. Now, he can't knock out my Golduck. He cannot knock out my Golduck. With his attack that he has now, he's only able to do 80 damage. Now, next turn, I'm able to get a Golduck breakdown on the field, which will secure me for another turn. He's going to Lysandre. He's going to Lysandre out my Starmie, which, once again, he's not able to do. It probably would have been wisest to get the knockout on my Staryu, which... If he would have gotten the knockout onto the Starmie, it would have been bad. Here, he's going to use Field Blower, which kind of throws a little loop in my plan because now I'm not able to free retreat my Starmie. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I think I have a plan. He's actually going to hit my Staryu. He could have knocked out my Starmie. This is a big, huge misplay that he did. He could have knocked out the Starmie, and it would have been very bad for me because then I wouldn't have been able to use its Space Beacon to get the knockout onto his Shaman now that he has. So I'm actually going to go ahead, Golduck Break my Golduck, so it's not going to die. And then I'm using its Hyper Transfer ability. Hyper Transfer, this just shows how useful Hyper Transfer can be. Now I'm going to put 1 on Starmie for its retreat, 1 on Golduck, and now I'm going to retreat Starmie off the field into the bench, use Space Beacon, get rid of Kukui, don't need that card. I could have gotten rid of Sycamore as well, and then I'm going to use Seeker, go ahead, grab Lysandre, get out the Shaman, and use Double Jet to win the game. And you guys could have seen easily how he would have won the game if he would have used his Decidueyes correctly. Those Decidueyes were used very incorrectly, and that's something that he made a big mistake on. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. That was my first win of the day, but that's my adding to my win streak of 3 from last night when I played. So I'm on a pretty good win streak right now. Hopefully it doesn't end anytime soon. Anyways, guys, my name is Jay from BroGaming. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I want to remind you all to always keep on battling and pursue your dreams. Thanks for watching.